Hey everybody, Nick here, and today we're going to do a little disassembly and maintenance for you on this little guy right here. This is the Ferrum Forge by Massdrop Crux. That's right. Getting to the crux of the matter. Okay. Anyways, let's go on ahead and take this little guy apart here, and this should be pretty straightforward. This is another in the collaboration line between free spinning pivot. Why do you do this to me, Ferrum Forge and/or Massdrop? Why? All right. Actually, Ferrum Forge has always done it to me. I'd be a little concerned at this point if they made me a knife without a free spinning pivot. Okay, and I'm coming at this from the wrong side, apparently. Okay, so the pivot is out. That's fine. Now, one of the clip screws happens to be a relevant screw for the disassembly process here. You can see it's longer than it needs to be for the clip. So it must be going into the backspacer and/or the Chicago screw on the other side there. And now we should be able to pop this guy open without a whole heck of a lot of difficulty. Come on. Without a whole lot of difficulty. Do you hear me? I'm trying here. Come on. Come on. There we go. And we'll pop loose. And what we can see here is, as expected, this is a pretty straightforward internally, constructed knife. There's no internal milling. There's no fancy to it at all. It's a knife. But we can see that there are some niceties, as I douse myself in booze. There is a ceramic detent ball here. There are ceramic bearings. Not that ceramic bearings really matter all that much, but they're there. Can't hurt, right? There is a little evidence of heat on the lock bar there. There is a slight attempt at a detent ramp. There's also a pretty substantial burr on the detent. Where is that? There is a very substantial burr right there. What is that anyways? Looks like there's a little ding. Where are you at? Oh. Well, I just broke it off. Not much of a burr then, was it? All right. Well, either way, that's clean. Nice. Can't argue with that. Stop pin here. No problems. Clean the pivot off and the bearings. Came a little dry. That's okay. It just means there's more room to grow. That's why deserts have such a lush growing landscape. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Hashtag broken down analogy. All right, clean off these guys. This is actually a very clean knife in that it just came to me from Massdrop. So I can't argue with that. So, yeah, if you're looking at this like, well, that's why. It's clean. All right, I'm going to go ahead and reassemble. Going to use some 10-weight nano oil here. And going to put a pivot into place. Well, actually, before I do that, I'm going to lubricate said pivot just to make my life a little easier. There we go. Beautiful. And just rotate the balls a little bit here. If you're ever questioning what kind of tools I'm using during my disassemblies, I have a video, knife disassembly toolkit video. Go ahead and check that out. That'll give you all the information I need. Luckily, I have all the information I need. All the information, though, that you may need will be available there. But, I mean, this is a We Knives Made knife, and We has generally been doing pretty good work. Aside from the occasional rare slip-up, they do okay. And so, we can see here, this is a relatively simple-to-make knife. Well, okay, that's a terrible thing to say. They're not doing anything too fancy. There's not, like, internal milling or anything like that. They're not doing, as far as titanium frame locks go, which, given I cannot make, I am not, a knife maker and whatnot, so I don't want to sound like, oh, this is simple. But, they're not doing anything too crazy fancy here. And as a result, I mean, it works. It's nicely put back together. Let's go ahead and put the pivot screw in, at least temporarily. Well, okay, not the full tightness. I'm not planning to take it back out again. Unless I disassemble the knife again later. But there we go. Go ahead and put that in there. Here we go. Oh, come on. That's right, and we're free spinning. But I'm just providing a little bit of tension on the backside there with the pad of my finger there. Hopefully that'll do the trick. Pop everything in place. Now we're going to go ahead and put the clip screws back in. Remember, or the back screws, that is. Remember that one of these is much shorter than the other one, and the long one goes into the clip. This would make sense. If they're both going the same distance, then yeah. And at some level, you know, I don't know how... I respect the use of the clip screw there, because that's one less screw that needs to be on the knife itself. So, and it's not like... Although you can actually flip the clip around. As you can see here, there is the same screw goes on the other side. So, you know, it's a reasonable approach. All right, let's see how the action is. Still centered. Action's a little better. Not that it was bad. Any play here? No play. We play with the pivot a little bit, see if I can get it any nicer. But it's actually pretty damn good as it is. We can make a great detent, that's for sure. What I mean by that is we knives can make a great detent. Although we as a species are pretty good at it too. But not we as in you, my viewers, and me, a jackass. Although, for all I know, some of you guys can make a great detent. But that wouldn't include me, so I feel like that would be disingenuous. Anyways, moving along, that is how to disassemble and maintain the Ferrum Forge Crux. There you go. Pretty straightforward knife. Pretty nicely made, actually, gotta say. There we go. Hope this has been interesting to you, and have yourselves an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.